else hearing the noise?
Uh,
I have
we're
none.
we're good,
All
Maylee.
All right, y'all are good to start.
right, great. Thank you. Let's call the meeting to order. And I want to welcome all new members of the committee, Council Lady Scardon and Councilman Shealy. Of course, we got some old hacks on here, Councilman McGregor and Sea Kings and the like, but we managed to get things done. I'm going to ask Councilman Shealy if he'll bring a few words at the invocation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let us pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, we ask that you will watch over us today, Lord, that you'll help us to make good decisions for the city. We ask that you'll continue to bless our staff and those who do such great work for the city, and that you'll bless the city of Charleston itself. For it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Okay, thank you, Councilman Shealy. We're down to item B, approval of minutes from December 15. Is there a motion? You on mute,
Move for
Councilman Gregg.
Move for approval.
All right, we got a second out there anywhere?
I'll second.
Yep. Okay, good. Probably moving second. Any questions on those minutes? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Getting through the agenda, we are down to temporary encroachments, which is item F. Mr. Bucci, anything exceptional there or just pretty much normal run-of-the-mill issues?
Run-of-the-mill irrigation, a few signs, and that's really it. That's one driveway.
All right, thank you, Mr.
Thank
Bucci.
you.
Now, this is provided for the new members, all these temporary encroachments, approvals and things that provided as information. So it's not an actionable item. Now, every now and then, sometimes we have something that's exceptional that takes a little bit more elbow grease. But anyway, so this is just for information, so we don't need a motion on that. But it's a standing agenda items, basically. Down to item I, Department of Development Services update, item 1. Who's going to address that? You, Mr. Bucci?
I think this item 1 is Julia's, if she is on.
Yes, this is me. Sorry. Thank you.
Ms. Copeland, you're up.
How are y'all doing today?
Good, good.
Okay, so I'm going to share something with you. So this is Charleston Place Hotel here.
Oh, yeah.
This is Meeting Street right here. Remember that little that entrance right here that takes to Valet, and then it dumps out here at Hazel Street. So
Right.
CWS put a whole bunch of new infrastructure in here. This
Mm.
is all under our property. So this easement is giving them access to maintain and repair throughout this driveway area that's in the city of Charleston ownership.
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
Okay.
What's the pleasure of the committee? Need a
Move
motion?
for approval, Mr. Chairman.
Second. Moved and seconded. Any more questions on that easement? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Item
Thank
2, ordinance to adopt Cooper Hotel seawall operation and maintenance plan. Who's going to address
This
that?
is my item, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Mr. Bucci.
Yeah, so this is moving to the adoption of the operation and maintenance plan for the Cooper Hotel seawall. It's located on Concord Street and Vendu Range at that intersection in between the Waterfront Pier Park and Fleet Landing. It's basically acting as a trip wall similar to what Magnolia was. It is altering the flood risk and revising the flood maps as well, just like Magnolia was. The main difference that you'll see in this operation and maintenance and the one for Magnolia is there's a 50% cost share with the city for maintenance of the seawall. This was adopted in July 2024 and approved by council to have that shared cost associated with it. So a big part of our review was to make sure that the city is being made aware of any maintenance activities prior to them occurring to ensure that we have the budget to perform those repairs. And we are expediting this to Ways and Means and to council for first reading so that they can submit to FEMA and move on with their closeout process.
Thank you, Mr. Bucci. Any questions from committee members? Councilor Scardon.
Is there a cost sharing agreement for Magnolia Place too, or is that fully the city covering maintenance?
The Magnolia trip wall is fully the developer.
Welcome, Mr. Mayor. I saw you just signed on.
Yeah, sorry I'm late, guys.
That's okay. That's okay. You have any comments on the operational maintenance agreement on the seawall for the Cooper Hotel?
No, I think we're good on that one.
That's the item we're on. Okay. It's a big victory, folks. Wrapping the continuation of the waterfront park in front of obviously one of the, I don't know if anybody's been in there, but I had the pleasure of going in there before it was finished about almost a year ago, and the opulence that's going to be in that hotel is wonderful, man. But wrapping the waterfront park in front of that has been awesome to see, and eventually around Fleet Landing and whenever Ports Authority gets right, all the way down to in front of Ports Authority property. Councilmember Seekings.
So if I might, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to move approval of this and just make a quick comment if we can get a second.
Okay,
Second.
I think it's already a motion on the floor, but anyway,
Well, I might have missed that. Sorry, I'm
Please.
driving.
okay, go
So-
ahead. You're up. Go ahead.
This project is about complete, and if any member of this committee or council hasn't been over just to sort of walk around and see what they've done, not just inside, but with the outside, a lot of it,
Yeah.
they've done a lot of work with flooding relief, with increasing the size of the drainage plane there. I mean, it's really amazing what's happened in that corner of the peninsula. So this is just one part of a larger piece of infrastructure that is really going to help us when it comes to water management in that lower corner of the peninsula. It's a great project. Go take a look at it. And like you said, the extension of Waterfront Park Promenade all the way around, you now be able to walk all the way through. And it's something that is an amenity for the city that was paid for by the private sector, which is great.
All right. Any other comments? Thank you, Councilman Seekings. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
All right.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Item 3, acceptance of the memorandum of agreement between the city of Charleston and town of James Island, the county, and and the county for James Island Creek. So something intergovernmental here. Who's going to address this?
This one will be mine as well, Chairman.
Mr. Butcher?
Yes, like you said, so it is the city of Charleston, town of James Island, and Charleston County all sharing in this effort of monitoring the James Island Creek watershed for fecal contamination. This program and monitoring was started in July 2021, and basically trying to dial in on where the source of that contamination is. Charleston County kind of takes the lead, but it's based on the amount of homes and which districts are in the watershed. So we share 58% of the total cost. That cost is not to exceed $40,000, and this has been in place since 2021. So it's really just approving what has already been in place. And it's an initial term for 1 year, and we have the ability for 5 additional 1-year terms for the contract. Yep. And we are expediting this one as well, so we can start paying invoices to the county.
All right.
Move for approval.
Properly moved in. I'm gonna recognize you, Ms. Scott, in a second. Motion on the floor. Is anybody gonna second that motion?
Second.
All right, now discussion. Council lady?
When do we get to see the report results?
Yes, so they provide yearly report results, and they provide updates quarterly. So I can absolutely share those with you if you're interested. They've made minor recommendations at this time. We're still dialing in on the pollutants, but they've determined that it's most likely the upper reaches of the watershed. So it's a lot of public education with dog waste and septic systems, things along those lines. But until we truly dial in the exact location of the contamination, that's when we'll really figure out what the resolution is.
And is this committee, are the reports resulted to this committee, or how would we know when they do the quarterly updates or annual reports?
I don't think they are reported out to this committee. This is all to be in compliance with state requirements, so it's reported out to the state. But I'm more than happy to share.
That'd be great. I know it's a big deal for constituents on James Island.
Absolutely,
Thanks.
sounds great.
There's a question on this. One important catalyst in this, or I say stakeholder in this, is Charleston Water System. Where do they get comments from with this agreement? Anybody reach back and get any input from Charleston Water Systems about this contamination?
So I'd probably have to reach out to the county and see what discussions they've had. I know that from reading through the reports, they did talk about, septic systems versus tying into Charleston
Right.
water systems, and that really helping resolve some of these issues. But the exact coordination with Charleston Water probably happened between the county and them. And
Yeah, it was
Matt
actually
can jump in.
I'm gonna let Mr. Fountain comment. Mr. Fountain?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So CWS and James Allen PSD have both been part of the overall task force working on this issue in James Allen Creek over the years. CWS actually worked with us and Charleston County to do the MST testing, which is like where you basically do microbial source tracking to figure out from DNA where is the fecal coliform coming from. That's helped us narrow it down to likely being combination of dog and human sources, which has led towards that septic tank analysis. CWS has done some secondary testing after some breaks that they've had in the area. They've done some thermal testing to look for leaks in their system. So they're a very important partner. James Allen PSD is currently working with CWS, as you know, Mr. Chairman, on a grinder pump, low flow sewer system install in one of the neighborhoods bounding this creek under SCRA money for about $8.5 million. There's a secondary project to do something similar in one of the northern neighborhoods. So very important coordination with CWS.
Council Ace Garden, and one of the, believe it or not, pushbacks, even having gone out to get grant money to pay for the grinder pump so some of these neighbors can come off a septic system which has the overflow going into the creek. People not wanting to do it, even though they got, in some cases, 100% grant, because they don't want the ongoing bill of a water and sewer bill going forward, which, how does that help the creek? But anyway, we need help from the state on that. But anyway, just wanted to let everybody else hear that input. There's a motion on the floor. It's been properly seconded. Any more discussion on that issue? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Thank you. The ayes have it. Down to I-4, an amendment to existing contract between Adura, formerly WK Dixon, to increase the contract amount to allow continued support for stormwater plan review. Mr. Fountain?
This one's actually mine as well.
Oh,
Mr.
yours. Okay.
Yes. And the next three are very similar. One is going to be for Ardura, Wolpert, and Kimley Horn. So I'll kind of talk about them holistically, but it's just allowing these firms to utilize 2026 funding for third-party reviews, and basically increasing their contract amounts to utilize that funding. And the funding was approved through council through this year's budget.
So, Mr. Chairman, if I may,
Yes, sir.
I'd move to take those three items together and for approval.
Okay, so items I-4, 5, and 6. I heard that in your motion, right? Is there a second to that?
Second.
Probably moving second. Any more discussions offered for items I-4, I-5, or I-6? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We're down to J1, stormwater management updates. J1 is a Concord pump station upfit. Mr. Fountain?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So these are in the stormwater department. Mr. Kirk, if that's okay with you, Mr. Chairman, is going to give the update on the Concord pump station upfit, as he was the project manager through that project.
That's why we come to these meetings when Mr. Kirk is on the agenda. Mr. Kirk.
Hey, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Mayor, council members. You should be seeing my screen right now.
We are.
The Concord Street Pump Station upfit project. So Concord Street Pump Station was constructed and put into continuous operation around 2000. It has been regularly maintained through the decades. However, as with any mechanical and electrical system, it reached the end of its service life, and we needed to do some significant improvements to it so that its utility could be continued for another 2 decades. We reached substantial completion in October 2025. We're finishing up some punch list items, but the project is on time and within budget. See the aerial shot there that shows the pump station, an award-winning building sitting there on Concord Street, right next to Dockside and also the IAAM. Just to give you an overview, the pump station serves 2 separate drainage basins. Services about 240 acres. The Calhoun East service area, this area to the north here was the original service area, and then in 2014, the Market Street service area was tied in. There are 2 tunnels that go to it. The blue serves the Calhoun East Tunnel, and the red serves the Market Street Tunnel. Improvements to the station included new pump columns, complete electrical upgrade, a new sluice gate, installation of an HVAC system, and a brand new copper roof. This gives an overview, a direct top-down view of it. We've got Concord Street on the left, the building itself here, the MCC room, motor control center. We've got a lower deck and an upper deck, and then we've got an outfall that heads out to the Cooper River. This kind of gives a profile view of the station itself. So we got the MCC room on here on the left. We've got the lower deck. We got the upper deck. And the entire system sits on a 30-foot diameter, 130-foot deep shaft. We've got the 4 main pumps that sit about 40 feet below the main deck. And then we've got some dewatering pumps that sit at the bottom. There are 6 total pumps. We've got an outfall that heads on out to the Cooper River, as I said. But this is the basic layout that we see here. Like an iceberg, about 10% of it is what you see, and the rest of it is deep underground. This shows the bottom of the shaft. We've got the Concord Street Tunnel coming in on the left, Calhoun Street Tunnel coming in on the right. We've got the 2 dewatering pumps that sit about 130 feet below grade, and then we have a baffle wall that protects those pumps against debris that may come in through those tunnels. This some of the challenges that we had in performing this project. One, we needed to do the guts of the project, the pumps, the electrical system outside of hurricane system. So we had 6 months to do that. But not only while we had to work outside of hurricane season, we had to keep the pump station operational while performing a full replacement of the equipment. So that was a challenge that went into the project itself. And then, as you can see here, we had an incredibly tight site to do all this work on. We used every square inch to get the work done. Just some quick photos here. We've got a main pump on the left that sits about 6 feet high, and then we've got the dewatering pumps on the right. Those are about 4 feet high. Again, the dewatering pumps sit all the way at the bottom of the wet well, and the main water pumps are near surface pumps. Each main pump will pump about 40 to 45,000 gallons per minute, 350 horsepower, and then the dewatering pumps sit all the way at the bottom. Those are 250 horsepower. Photos here, we've got the old columns and beams that were replaced, and then the shiny new ones on the right here. We've got the old equipment in the MCC room, and then the new electrical equipment on the right. Again, we had to keep the pump station operational while we replaced everything out. So we did 2 of the main pumps at a time. Old sluice gate on the left, new sluice gate on the right. The sluice gate just separates the shaft from the head box, which is where the pumps discharge to. It can be opened if power is off for a long period of time, and it was the original emergency outfall. However, once the Market Street Tunnel was constructed, we installed an emergency outflow there, an outfall there at Market and Concord Street. Got new HVAC units, not new, but yeah, new, not replaced, but new HVAC units. The dewatering pumps are now powered by VFDs, variable frequency drives. They create a lot of heat, and so we needed to cool the building to be able to ensure that those pumps are able to operate. Here on the left here is a photo about 130 feet below grade. You can see the dewatering pumps back here behind this bar screen that protects them from trash. You can see a little bit of Concord Street tunnel coming in on the left here, and then the Calhoun Street would be just off this photo to the right.
Mr. Kirk, what's the dimensions, diameter of those inlets?
The tunnel, sir?
Right.
So the diameter of Concord Street is 9 feet coming in, and then 8 feet is Calhoun Street coming in from the right.
Gotcha. Now, how
And
do
then
you, after that trash accumulates down in there over time, how do we get rid of that?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So a lot of this stuff is removed. A lot of the sediment and debris is removed by these dewatering pumps. A lot of what you see down there are organics. It's mulch, it's sticks, it's leaves, a little bit of trash, but a lot of it is organics that do get pulled into the pump
Okay.
and then discharged.
Gotcha.
And then on the right here, we show one of the old pump columns coming out. So those would sit the top part, the collar here on the pump column will sit on the top deck. These are about 50 feet long, and the main stormwater pumps will sit down here at the bottom, but further down in the wet well. All our 2 of our pump stations currently are remotely observable. They're and remotely operable, and this just shows the access screen that when we remote into them, we're able to see, status of pump, status of well level, any alarms that may be present. But we're able to monitor and control to a certain extent the pump stations remotely. And then this is just a photo of the pump station from the back. Again, Concord Street here towards the top. We got the MCC room, and then we have the pump deck that sits here. And then just another photo of the pump station itself.
Yeah, I tell you, that's some fantastic stuff. How long did it take to update this thing? 2 years?
So
3 years?
we had to do a lot of the work outside of hurricane season, so that was 6 months. But we did a lot of work up front. And then was some punch list items and other work that was done after the 2025 hurricane season.
That's great. Any questions from committee members? I mean, seriously, that's good stuff. I mean, I think you fixed this one for a while.
I hope so, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for you and your team.
Yes, sir.
Now, item 2, Sandcroft outfall cleaning. This is West Ashley, so it'll be a little bit more simplified.
This one is a very important example, Mr. Chairman, of the ability to quickly perform work. As you know, how important that is for us
small project.
with the new small project allocation. The large scale projects like Steve just presented on, very important. But as you mentioned, that was a year of design and permitting work, 2 calendar years of construction because of those 6-month operational windows. Very impressive, important project to be able to keep that whole section of the city dry. But this project, the Sandcroft project, is an example of what we can do quickly with the small project allocation, still make significant improvements, as not everything in the city needs a large-scale pump station. So Sandcroft outfall, this is over, as you would expect, in the area of Sandcroft, Madagascar, Ashley Hall, West Ashley, a section of neighborhood roads all drain back on the upper right. You can kind of see into a confluence of different pipe systems that come to a marsh outfall that drains out here into Bulls Creek. You can see we did have a existing outfall, but it rapidly ran into sort of thick marsh vegetation that had grown in the accreted sediment within that once open canal. You can see kind of that lack of connection from the old outfall back into this primary channel. We permit these through an expedited permitting process that we developed with the Army Corps of Engineers and DHEC, which is now DES. Works now very well. It's gotten much more efficient over the years. We're down to anywhere from 3 to 9 months, but we're getting much closer to regular 3 to 6 month permitting timeframes, which compared to the prior approach of over 2 years has been a real improvement to these projects, made them much quicker and much cheaper to implement. We do them through hydro excavation under that permitting system. You can see on the left, so the hydro excavation work in place. Gentleman standing in a Tyvek suit there. It's very dirty work, but it works very well. You basically use a very high pressure wand to hydro excavate, to blast out with high pressure water the sediment, and then vacuum the loose sediment up into a vac truck with some specialized hosing and equipment. Lets you create a restored channel with very minimal disturbance of vegetation and in a way that vegetation will very rapidly recover and grow back. And again, we clean that all the way from the outfall pipes out into that outfall creek, in this case, a little over 150 feet. This one was completed late last year. System is now back and functional. And as you know, Mr. Chairman, we have another round of outfall locations we'll be doing in 2026. This was also one of the last ones that we did with an external permitting agency with a consultant doing the permits. We've moved those in-house since that time and have been permitting very quickly through our in-house permitting program, saving us quite a bit of money and making this much quicker, letting us get more outfalls done.
Councilman Shealy, you may remember this project, especially Madagascar. That's a little cul-de-sac, and the neighbor at the back of that cul-de-sac yard would flood because of this blockage.
Yeah, I remember it. I remember very well. Yeah.
I mean, these small projects, I mean, they really affect the people where the people are. And having that dual approach, obviously we got the mega projects like we just saw with the Concord Street upfit, but or I should say renovations, but both of them are, we call this place the Low Country. You got the Piedmont, and you got the Midlands, and then we got the Low Country. And some people think that's just a moniker, but this place really is low, man. So, it takes unique fixes. So thank you, Mr. Fountain, we had no small projects department. Small projects objectives prior to Mr. Fountain coming. I don't know how many of them we've done, Mr. Mayor, but I know I've run out of fingers to count them. I know that. And they're tremendously impactful when our big trucks pack up and leave. I mean, the effect is immediate.
Yeah.
So thank you again, Mr. Fountain, for you and your team's efforts. Any comments from committee members? And thank you again, Mr. Fountain. Item K1, authorization of the mayor to execute the Sixth Amendment to a contract between the city of Charleston and Black and Veatch in the amount of $185,000. Who's going to address this?
I can talk about that, or Mayor, if you want to go.
Yeah, you got it. I'm just making sure you're on. That's all.
All right, great.
Great. Yeah. So, Mr. Chair and committee members, this is another contract with our water plan team. As most folks know, with our Army Corps partnership, we have our Peninsula project, but we also have this tidal and inland flood risk management study that was authorized to look at flooding solutions citywide with the Army Corps. And the Army Corps has a program called Engineering with Nature. So looking at more green infrastructure, nature-based solutions. And they requested the city bring our experts from the water plan team, and so that's Black and Veatch, but also biohabitats, to lead this work for this study. So that's what this contract is. And for folks that may not know, biohabitats is they were the firm that worked on our Bridgepoint ecological park as well as Barberry Wood. So this would be looking at developing some more large-scale nature-based solutions for out in West Ashley, James Island, and also on the peninsula and like the Rosemont and Wagner Terrace neighborhoods.
All right, any questions from committee members? We'll entertain a motion.
Move for approval.
Properly moved and
Second.
hey, these seconds getting hard to come by. Probably moved and seconded. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Listen, accomplished a lot in 31 minutes. Appreciate the help from all the staff. Ms. Ms. Scarlett, Council Lady Scarlett. I'm sure you got your small project list that you're pulling together. Mr. Fountain and Mr. Bucci are very important cogs to the process. So not that I'm giving a tip, but it is a tip. Beyond that, listen, I look forward to seeing every one of you tomorrow. And
That's right.
It's going to take care of the temperature outside for all of us tomorrow night.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. By acclamation, we stand adjourned.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Thank you.